what would life be like with animal testing? This is a question that has been in the world for many years. Scientists say that there is artificial animals that you can test on, but you can't completely cut out animal testing. You see, if you completely take away animals, you're causing harm to not only humans, but you're causing harm to animals also. And the animal testing I'm talking about is not like the animal testing that you, for like cosmetic purposes. I'm talking about the medical field animal testing. You see, animal testing, there's a certain point where you need animals, real live animals, to test on to figure out what you're actually doing. And there's programs put into place to keep these animals safe and out of harm's way, and to reduce the distress and the pain that they feel when they're being tested on. And one of these programs is called 3Rs. It's reduction, reframement, and replacement. And these principles are talked a lot in an article called Ethical and Scientific Contribution Regarding Animal Testing and Research, and it was written by Nancy Beck. And she also referred to a book called The Principles of Humane Experimental Techniques, written by William Russell and Rex Birch. And they talk about a lot about the 3Rs, where when you have the chance to use a non-animal testing subject, you should automatically do that. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but there is a certain point where real animals need to be used. Like, if we never use real animals, how would we have come up with the idea that pig arteries can be used in humans to save humans' lives? And how would we have figured out that human steroids, some can be used to treat health conditions in dogs? So like these kinds of things, they could have done it in a non-animal organism and figured out kind of a baseline for things, but they really needed to test it on a living organism to make sure that it really worked. And so when I say animal testing, I don't mean like somebody going out and picking up a dog and testing a new shampoo on it that's supposed to make hair grow faster, and instead it like burns the skin off of the dogs. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the lab testing, where we figure out new medical advancements for not only humans but for animals also. And it talks about this in the Principles of Humane Experimental Techniques, where it uses the 3Rs. And those are basis lines and guidelines that are put in place to keep animals from suffering too much or from being tested on inhumanely. And that's one of the big things in labs. When people are testing on animals, they are tested on inhumanely. Most of the time, these animals, if they are allowed, like it depends on what they're being tested with and stuff like that, but they're put into like, it's kind of like an animal shelter, where they're put into a area where people come and visit them, they play with them, and they do all this kind of stuff. And that's one of the big things. So next time when somebody asks us a question, what is your stance on animal testing? Think about not only, cosmetic wise, no. Think about the medical field, what it would do to humans and animals all together as one.